Hi there. God bless you. Well, today I'm cleaning clothes. Well, not cleaning, folding. But so what am I gonna talk about today? Let's see. Well, as you may have well noticed, I'm calling these videos "Say Something" because, as I previously stated in the first one, it's just something new, something I want to try to keep at, work at, to do from time to time to keep myself in check. But it's called "Say Something." Say something. What can I say? To even start making a difference in anything in the world. You know. Uh, hmm. Well, I'll start out by today. I was approached by a young man, maybe my age, maybe a little bit older, and he complimented my hat, and it was his hat. Oops. It says Wycliffe. It's a Bible Translation Center. So it's pretty cool, and I'm guessing he recognized it, and so then he approached me, and very, very respectfully, very nice, and like a gentleman. He said, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" And he showed me a small little booklet, a pamphlet of yoga, of Buddhism, and whatnot. And I guess like a nice gesture, a good way to, to approach someone without being weird or freaky or anything. And then, I thought about like, oh, and then he said, would you like to give a donation or something, and I really didn't have anything because I'm not, I try not to be one of those mean people who has something and then, they just refuse. No, I didn't have any spare change or anything I could give as a donation. But I thought about like, wait, no, I can't. I'm a Christian. I can't. But I don't know. The way that I said it was, oh, I'm sorry. I can't. It's just I'm a Christian, and so just I don't really believe in that stuff. He goes, oh, that's all right, man. It's cool. How you guys? You have a good day. And I said, oh, thank you. You too. Have a good day. And I kind of thought about it all the way, and when I got back, I stopped by Subway, got food and whatnot. But this guy doesn't even know me, stranger, was more than caring enough, per se, I guess, to want to share what he believed in. He saw something that we both had an interest in. To just to say, look, you should do this thing. Read this pamphlet. It has a lot of good points in life and stuff. I really think you would enjoy it and stuff. And, he reached out, and I was saying, I'm sorry, I can't. But why are we saying sorry? Or just in general, we usually say sorry. It's just like, oh, sorry, can't. I don't believe in that. You know, and you just walk on without saying anything or not giving any donations. Instead of saying sorry, why don't I was thinking about it like this happens in many different situations, and why don't we say something in return? If he had the time to approach us, and the whole while, we didn't go to him or that person per se. When the Bible says, go out into the world and spread the gospel of Christ. This guy he believes in something else, but he's doing what he believes he needs to do and share his message. But why aren't we doing the same thing? And instead of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't, I don't believe in that," why don't we explain? Oh, hey, that's nice that you believe that. That has a lot of cool stuff in it, but it's not the right thing. And I kind of regret it myself that I didn't have any pressure. I didn't have anything else to do, but I caught myself saying, why didn't I say something? Why didn't I share what I believed in too? Maybe he would have thought that was interesting or something. And to me, it is. I mean, Jesus is not just some God, that tells us what to do. No, it's an interesting back and forth relationship. But I didn't say anything. And in general, I think about it, and it's just sometimes we don't. It's as if we don't care. Jesus loved us so much that he went on a cross and he died for us. He hung up and died a criminal's death. It says in Philippians 2, that the second chapter, that he had the greatest of power. He had divine, he was glorious, a glorious king, but he decided to humble himself, became a servant, became flesh like us, and died a criminal's death. And that touched me. Like, wow, that's how much he cared about us. That's how much he cared about every single person in the world. And, every day we go about our daily activities, whatnot, we don't really think about it, but we should. The Bible says, you got to live a life that is pleasing, a living and holy sacrifice that is pleasing to God. And what pleases God? One of the greatest commandments that Jesus even was talking about was love one another as I have loved you. This is the greatest commandment. And, it breaks my heart that sometimes we care so much about many other things. And I'm not pointing any fingers. I do it myself too. That we care about so many other things, like we even cry about things, but we're not crying about the most important stuff. Like in the story of Jonah, one of the famous stories, man was eaten by a whale, the man of God was eaten by a whale for 3 days and 3 nights, and then spit out, and then he actually obeyed God and went to the city of Nineveh. Something we don't catch is in the 4th chapter, in the 4th and last chapter of Jonah, where he's sitting down, waiting to see the city destroyed, but God already forgave them. And nothing happens to that city, so he's angry. He's angry at God. So then, after a while, he's sitting down in the shade, and God allows the tree to grow behind him. And this tree grows and gives Jonah shade. Jonah, the Bible says that he was pleased and happy with this tree, and so he relaxed. His anger, went away. But then God, the next day, throughout the night, allowed a worm to eat through the tree, and it killed the tree. The next morning, when the sun was bearing down on Jonah started screaming out, I should die. I'm so angry, I want to die. And God was saying, why are you so angry? I'm the one that put the people there. Aren't I the one who makes the decision whether to save them or not? I mean, you didn't want to save them. I'm the one who wants to save them. Why are you angry? Shouldn't I have a say in who doesn't get saved? If I love them the same way I love you, they have the same right as you to get saved, or to have my grace, to have my mercy. But yet you are here angry about a tree that I gave you. And yet you want to die. You're so angry you want to die. Sometimes when it comes to us, we get so worked up about little things. Like, yeah, if a loved one passed away, or, we got our phone taken away for whatever reason, or, our favorite TV show gets canceled, or we lose our favorite shirt. And sometimes we even cry about many of these things. But when was the last time we cried about someone not believing in Jesus? I mean, honestly, this person right in front of you, your friend even, family, is not going to heaven. And you're more than aware of it. I'm aware of so many people in my life, and I've come to realize that I've cried or gotten so worked up about many things, except that the most important people in front of me don't believe in Jesus, and they're not going to the same place that I'm going to. When was the last time that I cried about that? It's a good question. It's a very good question. For all has sinned and come short of the glory of God. All has sinned and come short of the glory of God. We all have sinned. Christians, non-Christians alike. We all have sinned. If anything, we're all still living in it. No one's perfect. Only Jesus was. And sometimes we even judge other people for their sin. We get so worked up when they're judging us and pointing fingers at us, but the whole time we know We're the biggest hypocrites as Christians. People call us the biggest hypocrites that because, we live in wrong, but we're the ones that, yeah, we're aware of it. But because we're not perfect, we keep living in it. So it's a hard circle to go about. It's a hard thought process to go about. But what can we do? As a nation that lives under God, one nation under God, indivisible, with life and liberty for all who believe, etc., etc. What can we do? What can we do? It's a very good question. But God gives us a solution. He does. He gives it to us in Philippians. Philippians chapter 2.